So today on the Platpatrol we have a Zerg versus Protoss with Patchtoss, aka Platinum Patrol, double identity individual here, being the Protoss, as always. And his opponent, Blob, here is the Zerg. He's opening nice little drone, as always. And Patchtoss built the pylon and natural so that he can build a wall. The wall stops you from dying to random Zerglings, which is something that happens to me when I don't build a wall, because I mess it up. That's the right spot for that gateway, with the wall.
I would build a great wall, and nobody builds walls better than me, believe me.
Now we got the Zergling. Well, no, it's not a Zergling. This drone here is going to come down here, make a second base for the Zerg. Patchtoss is going to scout this perfectly. Exact timing, calculated. Grandmaster level scouting there. So now, he probably doesn't need to scout the main, but he's going to spray the Kerrigan Heart Spray. We all know the spray hotkey was changed. It could throw off your game, so just so you know, they changed the hotkey. And Patchtoss knows that sprays are how you win the game. Throws your opponent off too much, they can't recover. Meantime, back at his base, he's got his probes getting Vespene gas, Chrono boosting out his workers. Those workers faster. Rallying one to the natural base, probably to build the natural base. Probes coming home. We have one, two overlords. Well, I mean, you could have two overlords across the map, or just listen to this. You could sit the overlord outside your natural base and not scout with it. Oh, there we go. That's better. In the meantime, Zerg in his spawning pool. Yes, he is. Investing gas, probably just enough to get speed. You don't really need to get any more gas than at this point. Take these drones off of here and get minerals. We'll see if he does that. In the meantime, you should have the cyber core. Yep, there's the cyber core. There's a little hole here, so you can put a unit on hold position and probably put a building up here to finish the wall again.
I would build a great wall, and nobody builds walls better than me, believe me. And I'll build them very inexpensively.
Nice and safe, although it doesn't look like the Zerg is going to be going for any kind of pressure. Just building a pair of queens, because queens are really good, and setting up his natural base. Started Zergling speed, he really doesn't need these guys on gas, but we'll see. So all this gas he has right now could be minerals. We'll see if that comes into play. His extra larva he's not using. Scout coming here from Blub. Looking in the Protoss main base, going to see the extractor not being used. Not the extractor, the simulator. This has been here for a couple minutes now, and I guess this Protoss just doesn't want his Vespene gas. Doesn't want to get High Templars, none of that stuff. They don't need that. Just get Zealots. Zealots okay. 21 pros on the minerals, 3 on the gas. Perfect time. Third base coming in here. And let's see if he builds a stalker here with the Overlord. Yeah. Chronos it out. Not sure that was really needed. Could have chronoed some probes. Maybe he's afraid of something running through his wall real quick. So this Overlord will be gone. You won't see anything. There's not even a pylon in the main base, so I'm not sure what it's looking for. They're just sitting here. What do we got now? Twilight Council is in the natural base. All of us attack with the natural base. Where this Overlord wouldn't scout it. Perfect plays. And this Adept is going to come across the map for scouting and attack a hatchery. Not really sure the DPS of an Adept versus a hatchery is, but I think it'll take longer to kill it than it'll take for the Zerg to figure out what's going on. I don't think it's going to work. And because of that, he didn't get to scout off. He just walked by that third. Could have figured out what was going on in the main base, although if he sees the third, he already knows what's going on. Just expand. Some blind spore crawlers going up. Well, the Zerg didn't see any tech buildings, so maybe they're afraid of a secret dark shrine or maybe a Stargate somewhere coming into his bases. He's going to build one in his third base too. Be consistent. There's a drone sitting here. Looks like it's trying to build a spore crawler. It's just sitting there. This drone doesn't want to work. Just wants to watch. He's a supervisor drone. There you go. Oh, there we go. He must have gotten yelled at by his supervisor. Overlord told me to get to work. No slacking off. In the meantime, attached to us, going to be chronoing out Charge, choice. And his Dark Shrine is done. Show some Dark Templars? Not yet. Oh, there they are. Right there. We'll need to send one in here to the third, and one here into the natural, and then have them kill the drones. But this one has a spell crawler at it, so this won't work. And, well, the third base doesn't have a spell crawler, because he had a drone sit here and not make it. Is he an overseer at least? No, but he's getting a Roach Warren. Could have gotten that Roach Warren when you had, Hatchery. Some defensive roaches earlier, but he decided he didn't need it. So, we're getting the Roach Warren now. Wonder what the follow-up to these roaches will be. Probably hiding this den. Or he has in the lair. Turns out pretty good income. 56 drones working. It's more than the Protoss. Could afford some hiding discs. Maybe a roach upgrade as soon as you have a lair. Here comes the Dark Templar. Let's see what it does. Sneaking by the Zerglings. Look at that. It's invisible. No one can tell it's here. Alright, so we should just go right into the base and kill these drones. He rallied in here, and it turns around and attacks the Queen. And attacks the Queen again. And the Queen again. Every time it attacks the Queen, it's about the time he had to kill 2 drones. So that's 8 drones he didn't kill. So he does kill. Probably 9th one there. Probably would have run away though. We got 2 drones, 3 drones. Zerg didn't respond for 4 drones. Okay, could have been 12 if you didn't attack that queen, but guess you hate queens.
From the shadows I come.
Well, Dark Templar attack was still pretty good. Could have been better, but did what he wanted. Here comes some more drones that ran all the way up here. Probably mining. But what the Zerg doesn't know, it says they're about to be hit by 6 Archons, a bunch of Zealots, and it's gonna die because his units are nowhere near it, and all he has is like 12 archers. Just let this die and not fight him right now. He's dead. You're building 19 more roaches, just to wait for those to finish. He's building 19 roaches and 8 ravagers. So then you could fight. Let's retreat until they're done. Retreat until they're done. This is not good. Don't do this. This is how you lose the game. Alright, well, he wanted to fight with just the ravagers and then just the roaches. Although some of the ravagers did get away. But in the meantime, he gave up his ramp position and split his army. So he's at half of it here, part that's up here got killed. So right now, the Archon is holding this ramp, and the Zealots are going, killing all the workers right now. His drones are gone. That roach is dead. So those Zealots could have gone to the main, build some more drones, but I guess he wanted to make sure his army won here and he's fighting. The Archons did die holding the ramp, but they were just trying to save time for these Zealots to kill workers. Which they did. They killed a lot of workers. You got no. 36! That was 56 a minute ago. So the attack is cleaned up, but it did a lot of damage. A lot of damage. And behind this, the Protoss took his 3rd base with a gas geyser with nothing in it. Alright, it's fine. I'm sure I'll put stuff in that later. Hopefully soon. He's gonna need that gas if he's gonna go into the High Templars and get stolen. Upgrades. Looks like he's just going for double upgrades right now. No storm yet. I'm not sure that's a good decision. Storm's pretty good. Right, you have a 3rd base behind this. I guess the Protoss feels like he has to kill the Zerg now. He really doesn't. And those Archons by themselves aren't that great. You've got a bunch of Zealots here that you could have brought with those Archons. But I guess, well, the War Prison's gonna be discovered, and the Zealots are, that's not enough roaches. They're dead. Or they can run. And they mostly run. There's some reinforcement rockets now that can probably take this fight. Zerg, in the meantime, has put his overlords in the least useful positions. This is an overlord scouting for a hidden base. So is this one. Actually, you can't be here. That says restricted. Get out of here. Restricted airspace. It's like a Vespine truck. You can't steal that. Go. Move. Wow, what's the other one? Oh, he stayed outside. Look. $70 million or $70,000 reward if you find Dave Bregan's killer. Everyone's reading that sign. He wants to find him. Probably turn that into some minerals. Good for him. It doesn't have really many units. Comes the attack on the third base, which Richard should leave, or else this would be a very bad fight. Well, this one's went off by himself. He's looking for David Bregan, whatever his name was. Yeah, Dave Bregan. He's looking for him. Return to a Ravager. So one Ravager is going to join up with the army. Or not. Just got some, oh, the Zerg saw the Protoss on creep. F2A move. Let's see if he did actually. Yep. All his units are coming in, a couple of a time back here, a couple of time up here, and then the army arrives. So this should be pretty good for the Zerg actually. The Protoss doesn't have that many units yet. He's got a nice little surround on those Archons for it. Oh yeah, the Zealots Warping, or 8 Zealots Warping, not this fight anymore. Response to warping 8 Zealots and seeing 5 Archons. Build 20 Zerglings. That'll work. This Zergling's on the hunt for David Bregan now too. All by himself over here. Yeah, the more you should do it here, you can see the 4th base coming down. But stay on the ramp with low grounds, you can't see anything. That works too. More Archons warping in. More Zerglings joined that one on the ramp, and he's just looking for the 4th base because it's about to start. It should be pretty bad for Platpatrol if this goes down. Which it should, those Zerglings are right there. And they run. What? Where are you going? You're going here, but okay, let's see what you do. Just kill some probes, run away, and kill that 4th base. Fine. What? Nope, nope, don't bring the roaches. Nope, those don't need to be here. And nope, do not fight. A run by harassment is where you run your Zerglings by and harass. But then you can run them away, because they're fast. You don't need the roaches. If you're going to use the roaches as a distraction, don't distract him at the base you're attacking. Also, kill this 4th base. It was right here. It would take you a second to run your Zerglings from here to here, around it, and attack. It would have died, and it would be dead. It wouldn't even be time to cancel it. Plus, then you could have run into the 3rd base. And just listen to this, you could have sent the roaches down there to attack it. And then while he was distracted, attack here. But instead we got some stupid suicide mission here, where you just throw all your roaches away, and all your Zerglings, for no reason, against 1-1 Archons and Zealots while you're 0-0, because why not? Zerg units are free, right? So now there is a 4th base, because it wasn't killed. But the Patchtoss probably have to rebuild some probes here, because he lost a bunch of those Zerglings. Zerg has 4th base. Has he built new drones? He built 6 drones since the Patchtoss' original attack. You got 42 drones at 12 minutes. 13 minutes. You need more. Big fight in the middle. You got pure roaches versus Archons. Mainly Archons at this point. The zoning storm. Very effective. And now the Patchtoss is using this 4th base. He transferred some workers there. Let's see if he's going to go forward next in this tech tree. Probably nothing, he'll just keep doing this. As long as his opponent only shows the roaches and the Ravagers, he'll keep making Archons and Zealots keep working out. A couple of Mortals wouldn't hurt, but he doesn't really need them at this point. It would be nice though. He probably assumes his opponent's going to attack out of here. And in the fight on this ramp, it should just be a retreat from both sides. You don't want to fight on this ramp. So the question is, what is the Zerg going for next? Well, he has a Spire. Well, there's a Spire. So Mules are a bad idea right now. Oh, those Templars are bad. That kind of hurts a little bit. So he's probably gonna take the fight now. He don't no Templar. Or he's gonna run away from the Archons, because that is a lot of Archons. So the Mules won't work. You could get a Hive and make brood boards, which would completely destroy this Protoss army. Like 3 or 4 brood boards, the Archons would have to be underneath them, and you have the roaches. You could probably do a lot of damage with that. Or you get like a Hydra Den with some Hydralisks with the roaches. That's what it's called, Roach Hydra. Roach Ravager isn't really that good at this point in the game. The Vials aren't doing much. Archons are big and easy to hit with them, I guess, but... Alright, so we gotta fight in the middle. We got the Zerg here. Protoss is gonna walk by sneakily and step on creep in a second. In the meantime, the Zerg's gonna run by and hit this 4th base, which he should have done when he was building. At least he's doing it now. Oh, no, he's not. Well, this base is dead no matter what. Your army's down there. Right, your army's here. Just kill this base and come back. In the meantime, we got like half the Protoss army fighting here. Some storms. All those storms are greater than any army though. They're just killing people, just like that. Templar shot a few things. That's right, we gotta do some tank. Warp into some Archons, using a targeting, run out of energy. Shouldn't be the warp even though. Yeah, they died. So, like I was saying, the Zerg doesn't want, don't fight. Your units, they heal. Don't force a fight. Just run back to your base. Go down here, along the creek, you gotta get away faster, escape. Nope, not that way. No creep that way. Yes, there is. There's not much creep that way. I know you want to micro your units and shoot these Archons, but in all honesty, you didn't kill any of them. All you did was reduce their shields, and you lost like 10 more roaches for it. Just leave. I know you want to be like some pro-Cero player here, but you don't gotta try that hard. It's just making it worse. Oh, here comes 4 Mutalisks. 3 Mutalisks. Okay, some probes. At least he's using the Spire, but at this point you probably want the higher. Or Hydra's 10. Or not roaches. This 1% died. He never took it back to his army. Plus 3 attack and 3 arm. Oh my goodness, the Zerg's gonna finish level 1 weapons. It's gonna be 3-3 versus 1-0. And those 1-0 are gonna be roaches. So Protoss is posturing on his base, defending it. I don't think he knows how far ahead he is at this point, because the Zerg could have built a ton of units, or drones, and then have the big come, but instead he just built them. Just left it after the attack, built 7 more now. Protoss got a 5th base, got 3 done, he's gonna move out with that. Got a bunch of Archons. He doesn't really have any tech here to help him out. What's he building? He's gonna have a big wave of units coming in? No. Starts level 2 weapons. The Zerg has 2,100 of SP gas, which he cannot spend. And that will probably cause him to die. And it should be it. There's no coming back from this yet. This is the end game. So, 2,100, 2,200 SP gas. Now, you can only build Roaches and Ravagers. You built the Hydralist at the end of the game. That was good. But I didn't see a Hydralist. So, as this game went on, you were building mainly Roaches, right? So they cost 75 minerals and 25 SP gas. You don't need all this SP gas. You could have just taken these, like, maybe 6 of these drones, or these drones, maybe all 12 of them, just put them on minerals, and you would have had minerals to build units instead of just sitting on this 2,200 SP gas you can't use. So I was saying earlier, like when you're getting this SP gas in the game, after you start zeroing speed, what are you going to use that gas on? You're not. You're going to build another hatchery, you can build another hatchery, some Zerglings, and more drones. They don't take any SP gas, so you can take these guys off the gas earlier and you'll have more minerals. The same thing now, like if you took some of these off the gas, you could get more minerals. Just because the geysers here, you don't have to mine from it. And if you didn't mine from it, you could have had maybe like 1,500 minerals, you could make another 20 roaches. Sounds pretty good. That might have helped, but honestly, if you have just starting your level 2 weapons, your opponent has 3-3, and giant army in your base, you probably lost anyway. So this should improve the patch toss's win rate above 20% versus Zerg, so that's good. And remember to like and subscribe.